Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So we're having date night in tonight. So we're gonna call this special Cooking with Q. One of our lovely subscribers decided, or she suggested that we should do a Cooking with Q segment. So that's what we're gonna do. And it kind of happened because he was supposed to have like a guys' night out.
But Rona slowed that down. Y'all got to go in the house and
Stay safe.
wear your mask so these numbers can go down so I can start back doing stuff. But in the meantime,
We're gonna get this going.
Cook it in the house.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna show y'all what we got. All right, so for our entree, we're gonna have some scallops. I'm gonna pan sear them and do a garlic butter sauce with them. Right now, I just got the scallops soaking in some lemon juice. I got a little salt, pepper, fresh basil, and some fresh, I think I said it already, but the lemon juice if I haven't. A little pepper in there too. One of our sides is gonna be, I'm gonna roast some Brussels sprouts and a little bit, I'm gonna toss them in some olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of Greek spice. And I'm gonna boil off some fettuccine. And I'm going to, when those get al dente, I'm going to saute them in a pan with some black truffle oil and shaved Parmesan cheese. Should be pretty good.
It is always good, at least the fettuccine with the truffles.
Oh yeah.
And because he is extra, my husband has set the table. He's so extra. But it's cool because we're having our cousins over. If I forgot to mention, or if I failed to mention that, we're having them over for dinner. And so it's really nice and set the table for us. Y'all remember that last time we shot a video and y'all was cranking on my husband?
Oh yeah, because I was looking like Teddy Pendergrass. But now I'm all right now. Yeah.
Try it. Keep them jokes coming.
Yeah. Guys, how we doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, cousins.
Come on in. Come on in. Hurry up, guys.
Hey.
Good seeing you guys.
Hey y'all again. So this was Cooking with Q night. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. Was the food good?
It was really good. It was amazing.
It was good. It was good. this is like his thing. That's his special point. Gabby, y'all know Gabby always got to make an appearance, so don't mind Gabby.
Because she like, I'm innocent.
All right, so these are our cousins, and they joined us for date night tonight. This is actually my cousin Sharon, and this is her husband Edwin. We won't even go into how we met and how they all know each other. It's not necessary. But we're married. This is, you know how we always say your favorite couple's favorite couple. This is our favorite couple, and
For the record.
yeah, and we're their favorite couple. So you know, how long have y'all been married?
5.5 years.
5.5 years, and we are coming up. We're going into our 3rd year, so 3 years strong. So
Young vets in the game.
vets in the game, man. And people be like, "Oh, y'all ain't even been married that long. Y'all still in the honeymoon phase, child." Bye. So I just wanted to just kind of take a brief moment and just kind of just talk, have some fun conversations. I just wanted to talk and just have some fun conversations with you guys, and maybe just some things like about marriage. I don't know, wherever it goes, it goes.
Okay.
But I'm gonna throw out a question, and then y'all answer, and then we may answer too. So first question is, what has been the biggest challenge for you guys during your marriage?
Communication.
That's good.
Communication is huge. Like, I feel like once you get that down, because people communicate differently, and so like I feel like once you realize how your partner communicates with you, then you can kind of adjust to that, and then you'll be better off in the future. And also, like, you gotta keep the line of communication open. Like, even when you get mad and angry, because we all get mad and angry for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you gotta, like, still find a way to keep the line of communication open. You can't go too long without just, like, talking it out. And then even if you're upset, like, even with me and Sharon upset, we still tell each other we love each other. Like, because that's important to know, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like,
Right.
like with I think with marriages, like when marriages start failing, like the light at the end of the tunnel, like people don't see like there's a possibility of reconciliation at all. So like I just feel like that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, to just like
No.
hog it.
I agree, but to be a little more specific, because I feel like communication is this really broad point.
Right.
One of the biggest things, and I always tell people about our experience when we went to like a marriage and family conference at church. I think this was year 1 or like 1.5, something like that. And what we learned was how to argue. So it's like communication, yes, but when you're friends, communication is not an issue.
Right.
It's when there's conflict. So we learned about like different types of people. He's an avoider. I'm an escalator. So if there's a conflict, he don't want to talk about it. He needs some space. I want to talk about it right now, or I'm about to go off.
Right, yeah.
So there was this just explosion of two people that didn't know what to do.
Right.
Because
Y'all on opposite ends of the spectrum.
exactly. And I'm thinking, okay, he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't care. I used to I told a friend of mine not too long ago, I was like, my favorite phrase year 1 was, you can have this house. Baby, I tried to move out every couple weeks.
Yeah,
and
every time we
you
argue, like hard, like when
you laughing, but I'm so
No, I know.
serious.
I remember.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
I remember.
I'm an independent woman. Look, I've lived on my own before. Baby, okay, you can have this house.
Right.
Bye. Pack my stuff. Like, and we had to get through that. I had to stop taking my ring off, being like, I'm out, sir. And he had to give a little too.
Gabby.
He had to give a little as well because, like, I think what they told us was, in order to meet in the middle, I have to be able to say, okay, we don't have to talk about this right now. We don't have to have it out right now, but we do have to talk about it.
Right.
And that's where he has to give, because he'll just like try to let it
Yeah,
fizzle
something
out.
like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then tomorrow you love me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
there
that
had to
stuff
be a
feels
middle
good.
ground of, I'm gonna let you have some space. Sometimes we do stuff like, you go watch a movie or whatever, you watch whatever you want up front or whatever. I'm be in the bedroom, I'm watch my own movie, and then we're gonna come back. Or, you know, just give a person 30 minutes, give them an hour, give them an hour and a half if they need it, you know, but just know that we're gonna have to come back and have this conversation in however it works for you. If you want to write it down, I'm a texter sometimes, so that I don't say something that like. Sometimes I write it down, and normally once he gets my text, he might send me one or two. He ain't gonna sit there and text with me all day.
Yeah.
He gonna come and be like, okay, well, let's talk about it. But I think it's just being able to meet people in the middle. And we used to have a thing where we went, y'all know we like concerts and stuff like that, and it's a weird tradition, but it seemed like we always used to get into it like right before some festival or concert.
Or a family event.
Just
Too.
yeah, it's like we would be fine until we got to where we were going. And Edwin would take my hand. It was so aggravating, y'all. He'd take my hand. He like, and then he starts swinging it. So we'd be like skipping down, swinging hands.
Yeah.
And I used to be so mad, but how long can you stay mad at somebody when they're holding your hand, skipping, and telling you we're about to have a great time?
Yeah.
Love you.
And it's like,
stuff,
Yeah.
You get over it.
And it's a couple of things that you said. So number one, I think I was definitely going to say communication,
Right.
and then conflict resolution too. I think those go hand in hand. And I always joke about with you, and it's always funny because I always tell you you're married to me
Mm-hmm.
because I am the avoider. I don't generally want to talk. I can. I'll fester. It'll simmer, and I can hold a grudge for not even an hour.
Forever.
It's
Yeah.
forever if you want. But it's also, I've also had to learn that balance, and he's had to learn it with me. Like, you know, I know he may want to, he want to get it done. Everything, he want to get it done right then. And it's like, bro, let me gather myself. Let me gather my thoughts, because I am to that person. I need to text it. I need to write down what I want to say. I need to get my thoughts in order. And so give me time, you know, meet me in the middle. But I definitely agree with that. And did you have anything you wanted to add to it?
All those were fine points, and I like that you said you go watch this movie, I'll go do this, but you're setting a time so that it doesn't go too long,
Right.
and that it actually, like, we are going to get this done.
Yeah.
So that's important. You're gonna have conflict. You're gonna have things that need to be talked about. Hard conversations are gonna have to be had, but you have to have them,
Right.
and you can't wait too long. And, you know, a lot of times you can't do it right away because people need time to collect themselves. People need time to come down off that initial anger, you know, because we don't want to say anything we can't take back. And, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, Gabs want her attention, but, you know. Yeah. But, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, question number 2.
Okay, so I think this kind of piggybacks off of it to me. So what would be you guys' suggestion? And once again, folks, don't be judging us, because, you know, people love to judge you when you in the first years of marriage and be like, oh, they don't know nothing. Like, they newly married. But, I mean, we married, sis, and ain't nobody cheating on each other, right? Like, ain't nobody around here in no domestic situations or nothing like that. So something is working. But what would you guys' advice be to stick it out? Mine would be don't stop fighting at the same time. I think that's something that I've heard. I don't know if it's been in a small group or counseling or wherever. But you know, I may be over it. You may be ready to leave the house. You know, he may be over it. But as long as we're not there at the same point, then I think that's helpful. Like, as long as we're both trying to work, we both can't give up at the same time. So that's just what I have now in year 3. What do you think?
I can agree with that. That sounds.
It sounds more easy than it actually is, but
Yeah, because, you know, you'll find that time where, you know, it's like, okay, well, you want to be mad, I can be just as mad, you know what I mean?
but also too having good people in your corner.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That was actually mine.
Good mentors, good people.
I was gonna say, for us, I feel like a big part of it was our friend group, and you know, people love to say that like it's not a lot of black marriages out there, young black couples, but I'm like, I have them surrounding me. I have so many, and I was able to see marriages at different levels. You know, we have lots of friends that have been married a little longer than us that have children and stuff like that. We don't have children yet, so it's like, and then we have some friends that have gotten married after us. And I know we always try to be really transparent with those couples coming after us, because it's like, okay, I used to tell y'all, I know all the time, year 1 was hard for us. And sometimes you have those older couples, like you mentioned, that have been married 15, 20 years, and they like, oh, y'all still like each other or whatever. And it's like, give me credit, because right now it's hard.
Right.
To me, years 1 through 3 were hard. I feel like we just in like year 4 and 5 found more of a groove with each other.
More understanding.
Right. I feel like we've figured out a lot of kinks. But definitely having people around us, like, I know I talked to you, I talked to one of our other cousins, and y'all are quick to take his side. Like, I don't just have women in my life that are like, oh yeah, girl, leave him, girl, he's no good. No, I have even not just married friends, but I have one of my friends always tells me, you have love at home, girl. You have love at home. She like, it's nothing out here in the single life. Like, you have a good man. And I think having people around like that mean everything. He has, you know, a lot of men around him that I trust. So if he's out, you know, with the guys, I'm not worried. I'm not trying to figure out exactly where they are, or, you know, blowing up his phone, because I trust his friend group as well. And I think that means a lot when you have good counsel, you know, that will tell you when you're wrong. And even if your spouse is the one that's, you know, wrong, according to the group, tell you how to get through it.
Right.
So.
That's good. That's good. I feel like we're about to get really heavy, and I feel like this might go into a part 2. Y'all know we are not about long videos. We try not to keep videos long, so there will be a part 2. But just for a fun question, we were talking about this over dinner, and I just thought it was funny that it came up. What's y'all's couple song?
Go, baby.
Well, it's a down
Southern
south
classic.
southern hip hop.
It's a southern hip hop staple.
Staple from Project Pat.
Yes.
You gotta do it like how you did it for us, man.
He can't even do it with a straight face.
You
Come
gotta
on,
do
baby.
Well, the song.
Just give us the
song,
hook.
Well, the hook goes, "What you doing, girl, with all that?"
Ooh,
And that's what we like.
But
He's trying to keep it classy for the video.
But going off that though, you like going back to the original question though. Like you gotta have somebody y'all gotta continue to have fun, find things that y'all both have fun doing, because it just doesn't need to be like, okay, well, you know, Sharon likes to do this, so I'm just gonna do it, and I'm not really having no fun. And then Sharon does something that I like, and I'm having fun, but she not really having no fun with it. You need to have those fun things that y'all both like to do,
So
and
our fun
continue
thing
to
is
do.
getting ratchet.
Yeah.
And and going to concerts, you know, having a good time, that's our thing, and traveling. Like it may be something else for another couple. Like that was one of the big things though, like that I pulled from being married. It's like you gotta have fun, and that's a big thing. Like it's a small thing, but it's a big thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So
And our favorite, we couldn't nail down just one.
Yeah, I think pick whatever your favorite song is from
There's this rapper.
Young Jeezy.
His name is Young Jeezy. He made a really great song, or made a really great
Several.
album.
Known as Jeezy now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
known
He's
as
not
Jeezy.
Drop it young.
Thug Motivation 101.
Yeah, the year was
Let's get it.
The Snowman.
Pick your favorite song, and that's our song.
That's our song. The year
Yeah.
was 2005. It was a great year.
It's great, yeah.
So yeah, TM 101. Let's get it. Thug motivation. We appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Tune in to part 2. Do not forget to like.
Follow and subscribe. We are on YouTube,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Yep.
We're on Facebook, Suddenly Sedona.
And Instagram.
Instagram, Suddenly Sedona. And, you know,
We on TikTok, but we don't know how to use that yet.
Yeah, we hadn't got there yet, but I'm still struggling with Facebook.
that's what's for the young folks. TikTok.
Yeah, we'll figure out some, and then we'll do a little dance for y'all when we get that nailed down. But you know, thank you guys, really.
Yes. So we'll see y'all on part 2.